you have any of those Stretch Armstrongs when you were growing up? Not like
Didn't we have the
maybe like a knockoff?
We had the Halloween ones. No?
Oh yeah, the Frankenstein
We had the
Stretch
Mummy.
Armstrong, the Mummy Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, those were cool. Those were really cool toys. I always thought they were kind of weird, but yeah. Since 1976, we've had these from Hasbro. You know they were gonna make a movie, but Disney had one time.
Didn't they want John Cena to be Stretch Armstrong?
No, that's Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah.
Super Media Runners.
Welcome to Super Media Runners. I'm Jarek.
I'm John.
And we're going to be doing a pitch runners for Stretch Armstrong. Since the Barbie movie's coming out, we figured we'd get one of these old...
Been doing all this small soldier shit.
You're doing way too much small soldier shit. You're probably all going to hate us for this, but yeah.
You're going to love small soldiers, though.
I love small soldiers. But we're going to talk about Stretch Armstrong, which is a toy that I am somewhat familiar with. Me and John are. We had some of the toys growing up. We had the Halloween Stretch Armstrongs.
I remember a werewolf. I remember
the Frankenstein
mummy.
one.
I remember the mummy. I don't remember the Frankenstein.
The mummy one was pretty creepy looking. Yeah. So
then they had like liquid in it, right? And then remember you squeeze its head, and then it would be all glittery.
Yeah. That was one of the features for the.
They might have not been. They might have not been Stretch Armstrongs, but
they were knockoffs.
That's what Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, but it's the stretchy guy. But in the original Stretch Armstrong from 1976, released by Hasbro, was like blonde-haired guy. And he had a Speedo.
It was like the boys.
It
was like the boys Barbie.
Yeah, it was the boys Barbie, but
like
Barbie came out in 1940s.
It was like G.I. Joe. It was for kids, for guys.
It was just nifty. It was just cool. Yeah.
Smash them around, stretch them, obviously.
So yeah, we wanted to do an animated Stretch Armstrong movie. They actually did try to make a Stretch Armstrong movie. A couple times. I think Disney tried to make a long live action one. I can't imagine them doing a live action because if they can't even make Mr. Fantastic look good in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, there's no way they could make stretching in a Stretch Armstrong movie look good, even if it was one guy. I mean, the Fantastic Four movies, as goofy as they were, I like how they did the stretching in that.
Would the animation be
ugly.
CG or would it be like stop motion?
Okay, so if it's an animated movie,
stop motion.
If it's a Stretch Armstrong,
I know we're not making it, but stop motion. Stop motion would take.
Well, that's what I liked about the Lego movie is that it looked like it was a stop motion, but it was all animated.
Yeah.
So we could make it like that, like
CG stop motion.
How would you make a Stretch Armstrong move around? Like,
of
course, like the latex it has. So that would be really cool.
So we're going with the Toy Story thing here, where
No, we're doing super meta, super meta Lego movie kind of direction.
Okay.
Where it's like it's more about like the what do you call it? The fragility of fame and how it like you can lose it, and whether or not you move on from that is how life works. So, something like that, something meta like that. So.
In Pitch Runners, we will go over cast, plot summary, and our whole movie pitch using Dan Harmon's story circle through the main character's journey. But before we take that journey, we must consult the studio deck. We pick one card and must do what the card says during the presentation of our idea.
The Stretch Armstrong movie would be animated, and podcast and summary. Let's go through it. So yeah, Stretch Armstrong was a 1970s, but they have multiple Stretch Armstrongs. Like there's a Stretch Armstrong in the 80s, the Stretch Armstrong in the 90s, and then they just made one in 2014. Looks like a space ranger. So I was like, okay, cool. So imagine the Stretchverse, the Stretcherverse, the stretched universe, a Stretcherverse.
So every era of Stretch Armstrong
exists. Every Stretch Armstrong, like this like the Lego movie. There's like maybe there's different regions, there's different towns.
So does someone own these?
So
how does this work?
So yeah, here's how it works. So yeah, basically they're sentient stretching beings. And so
they're aliens?
No, they're just fucking okay. It's like the Lego movie. They all live in a fucking world that's Lego. Okay? So let's just forget the meta shit for a minute.
All right.
So yeah,
toys.
So they're fucking they're toys.
Okay.
They all live in a theoretical universe.
Okay.
None of this it's like okay. Fuck. How do we explain this? How do I explain this to you?
It's like a world within a world.
It's just a world. It's just a world.
Do they know their toys?
No.
Okay.
It's just a stretch. It's like they're using the
like
property.
a stretch world.
It's just a stretch universe. It's called the Stretchverse, and
Stretch
it's fucking animated stretchy people.
Okay.
They're all stretchy people. Like there's girl stretchy people.
Yeah, I get it now.
So now it's like a world of stretchy people.
Right.
Fucking thank God. All right. So yeah. So Stretch Armstrong from the 1976 is original stretch. Okay. Fucking hell. I gotta explain how they. Okay. So this is the whole point of this. Okay. So they live in a world where people are stretchy.
Yes.
They're not born like man and woman born.
Okay.
They're born out of this thing called the stretch machine.
Okay.
I'm getting lazy. This is from like I'm fucking like copying the shitty movie Ugly Dolls. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're born out of this machine that like shoots them out, and they become like Stretch Armstrong's a fully grown 25-year-old man for the rest of his life. That's what he is.
All right.
So I'm sorry. I think it must have been high when I did this. Okay, so yeah, they shoot out of this machine, and that's how they're born.
Okay.
So they don't know what this machine is like their god.
Okay.
So yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we live our lives as stretch people,
Okay.
and of course, Stretch Armstrong was the original
Okay.
stretch person,
Okay.
and he's super famous. Like
Okay.
he's in like their stretch movies. There's he's in everything.
I get it.
But then of course, more like Stretch Armstrongs were shot out of the machine, and so he became like an older.
He's
like,
old news. Yeah.
he's like a D, like maybe like a
He's like
C
Hulk
tier.
Hogan. And
Yeah.
John Cena.
He's like a legacy character. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
everybody loves you, but you're
Hulk
old.
Hogan.
You're getting old. And
Yeah,
all these newer Armstrongs are
Hulk
kind of
Hogan.
cool too. So he's fine with that. He's fine with that. But his arch nemesis from the toy line, the Vac Man, who you stretch him out and then like you push a button on him and he like puts himself back together, but he can make himself tall and shit. Like, oh, that'd be so cool to animate. So yeah, he's the bad guy. He's basically like, no, I'm gonna rewrite the fucking machine up above us and manipulate it to where I can kill the Stretch Armstrong legacy because it seems to be in that code in that machine.
Mhm.
And Stretch Armstrong, 1976 Stretch Armstrong, must team up with 1980 Stretch Armstrong, 1990 Stretch Armstrong,
2014.
and 2014 Stretch Armstrong. So you're probably wondering who the voice cast is. And I want Andy Samberg as all
of them.
as 3 of the 4 Stretch
Oh.
Armstrong. The 2014 Stretch Armstrong will be played by Tim Allen because he kind of looks like a space ranger, and I thought that would be really cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
So yeah, and then we have like Fetch Armstrong, which is his trusty dog. He's going to be voiced by Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane, and then they're on this journey to like stop him from rewriting the code from the machine and destroying the legacy. And so he starts to learn more about himself. He's like, you know what, I'm okay. I don't want to be famous
So it's
anymore.
like I'm okay. So the moral of the movie is I'm okay with who I am.
I'm okay with who I am, and
My legacy.
I want to be able to do something that is not just what I'm famous for.
Yeah.
For being like the famous Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
He wants to like read a write a book or something, but people don't take him seriously because they're like,
Or
no.
he wants to be like an artist.
Yeah, and he's like, no, you're Stretch Armstrong, dude. No,
Lift me up or something.
yeah, and then he's like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Here, stretch as far as possible.
Yeah.
Make yourself into a pretzel.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. But he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
want to do that anymore. He just wants to be something else.
Yeah.
And he wants people to appreciate it, but people don't appreciate it. And then he like realizes he doesn't need people to appreciate something that he loves to do.
Yeah.
And so he just realized, and then that's the end of that's the journey. Like, and then he ends it like, oh yeah, I'm okay with nobody knowing what I'm doing as long as I'm doing it and I love doing it.
Yeah.
So that's the moral. So that's the plot summary. We're gonna draw the card here. Oh, and the Vac Man is going to be voiced by Mark Hamill. He looks like Vac Man looks like a devil looking guy. So I was like, oh, get someone with an evil laugh. Oh, Mark Hamill.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
Finally, he's not playing the fucking Joker.
He might be jokery in this movie. Controversial casting. Your idea must have a cast member who has recently been involved in questionable behavior. The worse, the better. Justin Roiland.
Harvey Weinstein. Justin
Not a
Roiland,
voice.
Justin
Roiland. Okay, cool.
Justin Roiland's gonna be who?
He's gonna be. Let's make him the dog. I mean, Seth's already been Brian.
What does the dog look like? What does the dog look
Oh, it looks like a brown dog. It looks like a hot dog, and you just you can stretch him like from the front to the back.
Dude, and he should just do Morty's voice. That'd be
Oh
hilarious.
fucking! That's the only voice he knows.
That's the only all of his characters sound like Morty.
So yeah, you just imagine Fetch
That'd be
Armstrong.
hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
Is he gonna have lines? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's gonna have lines.
Oh, geez, Stretch Armstrong. It's just
Yeah,
I
he's
can't
gonna-
stretch anymore. Oh,
gonna be
jeez.
hilarious.
This is stupid. This is so stupid. Yeah, but controversial casting. Why not? He gets a job. Congratulations. Okay, so yeah,
He's back.
I still like that Andy Samberg plays all these except for Tim Allen one. Okay, yeah. So Stretch Armstrong, he's vintage, loves his life, loves signing autographs, but he wants to do more than that. He's trying to move away, so that's his like zone of comfort. And then, his he wants something. He wants to move away from his fame and do something else, but he wants recognition for it. He's like, oh, I want to be. I'm a writer. I'm not a stretcher. I'm a writer now. And everybody's like, no, it's fucking lame. He's like, please acknowledge it. I want everybody to know that I'm a writer now from now on. So then, Vacman, who's actually his like agent, he's kind of like he's like the behind the scenes bad guy.
Yeah.
So Vacman, who's again played by Mark Hamill. He wants to end the legacy of Stretch Armstrongs. He's like, I'm tired of them. They just keep remaking and rebooting them. This sucks. They're all the same fucking name.
Why don't they do something different?
Yeah. So how about we just remove his legacy? And then so he figures out the only way he knows how to hack the machine.
I get it.
He figures out how to hack the machine. Yeah. And we'll call it Stretch Town, Stretch Hollywood, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, Stretchville or whatever.
Stretchtopolis.
Yeah. So then he has to
Stretchtopia.
Yeah. So Vacman so I don't know. Stretch Armstrong 1976 is he finds out from that Vacman what Vacman's up to, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta stop him from doing this. He's gonna eliminate us. We're not gonna be there's not gonna be a lineage of Stretch Armstrongs anymore, and everybody's gonna forget us. And he also Vacman also he's gonna pin it. He's gonna pin it on Stretch Armstrong. And he's gonna be like, yeah, here's the
Stretch Armstrong's fault.
Yeah. He's gonna destroy the machine so that way no more Stretch people can exist, and it's gonna be Stretch Armstrong's fault, and it's gonna be the legacy is gonna be destroyed. So obviously Stretch Armstrong and his three brothers, I guess they're brothers or whatever the fuck they are, the same amoeba, I don't know. So they all come together like, oh hey dude, we gotta stop Vacman from doing this. So they get into this unfamiliar situation where they have to travel all mountains and all this shit, whatever, stretch shit. Think of something stretch related that they can do. The world's longest stretched bridge. You're like, oh yeah,
rubber ball,
the rubber band ball, volcano. Fuck fuck yeah, some shit like that, dude. Be creative. Yeah. So yeah, that's their unfamiliar situation is to get and then they adapt to it. So obviously they eventually get to Vacman, and then they stop him. I'm just picturing Justin Roiland voicing this dog. People would protest this fucking movie.
That'd be hilarious. This would be his redemption, bro.
Yeah. They can use the Stretch limo, which is an actual fucking
Stretch copter.
Yeah, Stretch copter. They travel maybe put some pop music in there. I don't know. Is there fucking
Stretch music?
Well, it's crazy because they could do so much with the property because they had DC characters as Stretch Stretch.
I was saying in the final battle would be sick. We can get a Hulk Hogan Stretch cameo.
Yeah,
does a wrestling move.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk was a Stretch toy.
Stretch Hulk.
Fuck yes, Stretch Plastic Man. That would be Plastic Man's first appearance. Come on, Warner Brothers, you guys need this IP. But yeah, so yeah, they adapt to it, and then eventually they get what they wanted. Right? Yeah, they adapt to get what they wanted, which is Stretch Armstrong, defeats Vacman, and he's in his mind he's thinking,
is Vacman dead or is he?
Nah, he probably
jail or
stretch jail, stretch court.
You know what stretch jail is? They keep it cold so they can't stretch.
Oh fuck, that's execution. That's a gas chamber, John.
No, they just keep it cold.
Oh, okay.
Because rubber can't stretch.
Oh, okay, so he can't escape.
Yeah.
Maybe they take off the button off his neck and just now you can grow, make yourself tall, bitch. Yeah. Maybe that's how they defeat him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just spaghetti.
Yeah. So yeah, that they get what they wanted, but this is what Stretch Armstrong wants. He realizes he can rewrite the machine to make him so he can go back into the machine. Maybe this is what he figures it out.
Like a power up or something?
And he can, rather than being stretchy, he can be just regular,
like a human.
Yeah, like a non-stretchy person. He can be less so he's not known for it anymore, and he can do whatever he wants, and then maybe people will finally recognize him as a writer. But then it's he realizes, wait,
that's who he is.
But I am stretchy. I'm stretchy because I'm stretchy. I'm not stretchy because I want that's what people know me for. But guess what? If people I don't need to change myself to be somebody else. I can be who I am, and I can
be someone else.
And be someone else. And I don't care if people don't care if I'm a writer. I'll do it for myself. I'm doing it for myself, bitch. So yeah, and maybe there's some other arcs with the other Stretch Armstrongs, but yeah, that's legacy. This shit, boom. So yeah, and he paid a heavy price. Basically, he gives up.
His fame.
he wants to give up his fame. He gives
Legacy.
all the other fame to like the other
The other
Stretch
stretches.
Armstrongs. Like they're like, oh,
2014 one.
they're the way. Yeah, 2014. They all saved the day. Let them have their fun. And then he decides I'm gonna be a writer or whatever the fuck we want Stretch Armstrong to be, and he's happy with it. He's not getting attention. That's his paid heavy price. He's no longer like. Nobody ever he doesn't do autograph signings anymore. People don't really care about him anymore. They're like, there's these newer Stretch Armstrongs now.
But then one day, this little boy, Stretch boy,
Stretch
they're
kid.
like, hey, are you Stretch Armstrong?
I am.
Like all
Aren't
proud
you
and
stretching anymore?
like, he's all proud and stuff.
It's like, oh, geez, he's right. Why aren't you
The
stretching
dog.
anymore? Stretch Armstrong. He's like, no, I'm fine with it. I'm doing what I love, and that's doing what I want to do is be a writer. So I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's his paid his every price, and then he, he's happy with this part of his life. Back to his, zone of comfort, and having changed, realizing,
It's okay to be who you want to be.
it's okay who you want to be, even though people think that you need to be who you need to be, which is Stretch Armstrong. But he's like, no, I can be whoever I want to be, and I don't care what other people think of what I do, as long as I love it. So there's our Stretch Armstrong movie. Super meta, super Lego movie
That was pretty good,
vibes.
actually.
Yeah.
That was gonna be shitty.
Yeah, when you have competent writers like me, no. When you have no, I think they could do so much with him. Just don't make him live action. I don't think that would ever work.
No, hell no.
Actually,
Unless they did it like Barbie.
let's wait for the One Piece Netflix TV show and see if they can do legitimate stretching in a
See
fucking.
where stretch technology brings us.
Man, that's gonna be rough. Yeah.